Let's go.
WCW Monday Nitro 221, December 13th, 1999. It just starts and Jarrett and Benoit are fighting backstage.
Hey, that was one of the rare good things on this show.
Jarrett's winning on him, but then Benoit wins on him and whips him into a convenient cardboard box of Jenga over in the corner.
Yeah.
Boxes stacked up for no reason.
Empty.
Empty cardboard boxes.
It's a wrestling show, so they got to have like random fucking metal pipes just stacked up backstage that can just fall down and make a lot of noise. What are those fucking pipes for? Why would you need a bunch of random metal pipes backstage at an event? Exactly.
Making a giant bong.
Let's go.
Never mind. Go ahead.
The opening match here.
Oh, do you know it was 7 minutes?
I did.
Before these guys even fucking rang the bell.
Fucking the Maestro's entrance.
Yes.
Okay. It's the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea, accompanied by Paisley, who is Charmel, not Paisley Alvarez.
Yeah.
Right.
Versus the Maestro with Symphony.
Yes.
So Iaukea he comes out and he's like,
It still took forever. There's there's shit falling from the ceiling.
He's got like
the music.
purple confetti.
He takes his time.
They did not. His music was like a blatant Purple Rain knockoff, so they have replaced it with some strip club music. And he comes out to the purple confetti. He's trying to be Prince, but he can't do it.
No
Nobody can be
shit.
Prince.
You're telling me Prince Iaukea can't be Prince?
So he's just like looking down at the ground, doing nothing.
He has taken shoe polish and penciled in a goatee of some kind.
Yeah. So the Maestro comes down. The Maestro's entrance is he plays piano on a platform that lowers from the ceiling as Symphony stands by him. But they shoot this with a camera that is also mounted on the platform. So for the first minute of this, I thought he was just out on stage. I thought, why does he stand up? Why is he playing this goddamn piano? He has a match, right? He's wrestling here. And then he cut to a wider shot and you see he's still descending. He's not yet hit the earth.
The production value in this thing was amazing, and they couldn't even get it on camera right.
Even Heenan's like, this is taking 2.5 hours. So the match finally starts, and Tony Schiavone says, we know extensively about both men.
No, we don't.
Fuck you.
No.
We know fuck all about the Maestro.
Lying.
He showed up one day and started playing piano for some goddamn reason.
I don't know a goddamn thing about Prince Iaukea except he had some matches and won a championship.
I guess that's true.
I don't know anything about him.
So the whole match...
Is he Curtis Iaukea kid?
I don't know.
I mean, that's like the first thing they should tell us. But we don't know anything about the guy.
So the women jump in the apron. They each slap the other guy, and Prince pins the Maestro with a roll-up holding the tights.
Can we talk about Maestro's hair?
Prince. Don't call him Prince.
It was the Prince before this.
Maestro's hair is like, it's weird.
That's the weird part of this to you.
He needs...
It looks like a wig,
He needs
but it's
conditioning.
not. I've never seen a hairdo like this before.
Find pictures of Neil Young and imagine it blonde.
This is a terrible parody of pro wrestling.
This is very bad.
A Saturday Night Live skit about pro wrestling, making fun of it
bad.
and burying it. And that was the point, because then Jarrett came out and killed both dudes with the guitars.
Can you imagine spending 7 minutes on 2 entrances just so Jarrett could come out and waffle both guys with a guitar?
No.
What a goddamn fucking waste of time.
You know how much it probably cost to lower that piano from the ceiling?
Not free.
I can't even imagine.
You know this company lost $62 million the next year?
So Jarrett challenges Benoit to a bunkhouse brawl. I guess tonight. I wrote down a Starrcade, but
No,
That's
it's
tonight. They actually announced the card for the show.
the announcers ran down the card.
They did.
That's a positive there. I say.
Absolutely.
Kevin Nash tells Scott Hall to come on. We never saw Scott. Medusa catches Evan flirting with Spice.
Why couldn't they show him, by the way?
I don't know.
Because if you remember, like a few weeks ago, Hall would say, "Come on, Kev," because Kevin would have some makeup on. So like they were waiting, to
Till the last
reveal
second.
him.
For the Vince
Yeah.
McMahon
Nash
disguise.
goes, "Come on, Hall," and then like later we see Hall and he's just Hall.
I don't know. Medusa gets in a fight with Spice. They're fighting over Evan. Bret Hart gets a promo. He respects Bill Goldberg, wants to give him a title shot.
We're jumping way ahead here. First off, why does Bret have the world and the tag team titles?
That is a good question. I didn't realize he had the world title until this thing was over. That's why I didn't write it
he
down.
showed up with it.
Why was I not watching him come out?
This is one of the 78 segments here on this fucking show.
I saw he had a belt. I figured it was just his world title belt.
No,
two.
he had 2 belts. He had the world
Yes.
title and the tag title belt.
When Goldberg came out and they both had belts, that's when I put 2 and 2 together.
I see.
The announcers mentioned we have new tag champions after Thunder. That's all they said.
Okay.
They didn't say who the champions were or what happened.
This Evan Courageous thing with Spice. So Medusa.
I was trying to get through the show in a hurry.
Medusa's mad at Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Evan's flirting with Spice.
Yeah.
As he should.
Medusa hates Evan, but she still wants to kick Spice's ass.
That's her
Yes.
man.
Okay. You don't watch Raw? I do. The Nitro Girl stuff is worse than Baron Corbin.
Okay.
That's fucking saying something. Then we have the Bret promo. Talks about his tag team partner Goldberg. What? Can we have one fucking replay to tell us what happened on Thunder?
So
Then the Wolfpack comes out. They
Yep.
want their belts back.
yeah, Nash in his mock turtleneck and giant oversized button-up shirt. Where the hell did Kevin Nash get a shirt that's 4 sizes too big for him?
Destination XL.
I guess. So that's it. They're doing a tag match at the end of the show. Jean interviews Medusa, and as she put it, her 2 big, beautiful blue eyes.
He is leering at her breasts. This is like his new gimmick now.
That is-
2
yeah.
weeks.
That is an excellent description. He was leering.
Yeah. And it's not like he's looking in the eyes and occasionally peeking at her boobs.
No.
He's staring at her tits and occasionally peeking at her eyes.
Yes.
And it's the gimmick because she calls attention to it. Just like it was Molly, or what the hell's her name? Mona.
Yeah.
Last week did the same thing. Anyway, she's going to wrestle Spice tonight. Piper arrives. He cuts a promo on New
Who
Orleans.
is this guy? I know who this guy is.
There's some fellow there with Roddy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Fuck, what's his name? It's been driving me crazy all day.
The same guy who was with him last week.
I could have called Buddy. He'd have told me immediately. He's an
Sean
old
pro-
Portland guy.
Sean would know, I bet.
What the hell's his name?
Oh, Farmer probably knows.
Farmer probably know.
I'll remember it at some point. But like all day, I've been trying to remember this guy's name.
Yeah, Edmund Rady's number?
I'm not going to call him here on the show.
Not now.
Well, I could find out. It's not that important. I'm just pointing out that like we all know this name.
All
I
right.
will send a well-worded text.
All right. Lex Luger arrives. The Red Rooster tells him he's teaming with David Flair against DDP and Sting. Everyone's texting somebody now. David Flair gets a package. Was it the bear? Did we ever find out what this package was?
I presume it's the bear.
Medusa versus Spice. So Medusa, as we've been discussing, has big fake boobs. And she comes out for entrance. They're just bobbling all over the place. I've never seen fake boobs move like this. So
They might not be fake.
maybe not.
Are we talking about Medusa?
Yeah.
They might not be fake.
It's possible.
No, it's not.
You know, I'm thinking about Lunder Blaze, Craig. I believe they were fake.
I'm
You know what?
I'm pretty
You're right.
sure.
You're right.
So let's see. Evans in the ring. Medusa wants him to hit Spice. Spice hits them both from behind, and then she pins Medusa as they're lying in the ropes.
Medusa is under the ropes. She gets pinned.
her leg
and
is draped over the
she
rope.
still kicks out at 3. She wanted nothing to do with this.
So this finish of Spice pinning Medusa in the ropes is a build to Medusa versus Evan at Starrcade.
Yeah.
What?
And hey, so Medusa grabs Evan. She's acting like she's going to seduce him, but instead she gives him a German suplex, right?
Yes.
So what was she doing? She didn't even wrap around his waist. She grabbed his waist like this.
Yeah.
And like pulled him over like that.
It was the most effortless German
What the
suplex I've ever
hell
seen.
was that?
I don't know.
Why couldn't she give Evan Courageous of all people a real? It's not like she was giving it to Spice.
I think it was to make it look like she was trying to play nice with him.
I didn't look bad.
It didn't look bad. But
It was not the way you're supposed to German somebody. That's why I said it was the most effortless German you ever saw.
It didn't look real.
No.
I tell you that much.
All right. Russo tells Ronda Singh she needs an agent. He won't talk to her directly. We get a Revolution Hacksaw Duggan video package, and then out comes Hacksaw. And by this point, I was already so bored of this show.
Well, I hope you learned a lesson.
Yeah, Hacksaw's awesome.
Fucking Hacksaw.
The
Jim
best thing
Duggan's
on this show
promo.
this week for sure. The best thing on this show probably since Russo showed up. This is awesome.
I'm not sure I've seen a better promo in WWE, WWF, or WCW this year. What have we seen that's better than this? He cut the most amazing, patriotic,
He starts out,
babyface promo.
he's very humble. He's lucky, he says, to have survived cancer just to live a little extra time with his daughters and his wife. And he's saying this like his eyes are moist. He's touched. He's sincere about this. He was almost torn away from them. And every day with them is a new gift. And he appreciates that. And he's very humble about that. And then like a switch goes off. And when he talks about the revolution, demeaning the good name of the USA, and he's coming off his deathbed. He will attack and attack and attack. He's just amazing. And the crowd's all behind him going crazy. He's saved the entire show. And then the lights go out, and there's a strobe, and he's just laid out. We don't know what happened.
Yeah, just fell asleep or something.
Well, there was a strobe light. Maybe he's epileptic and had a seizure. So backstage, Russo brags about his remote control. He's the one who turned the lights out. Piper enters. Russo says, "You will referee Kurt Hennig versus Buff Bagwell tonight, and I want you to do the right thing." Lex is looking for David Flair. Kurt Hennig versus Buff Bagwell with Roddy Piper as special ref. Buzzkills in the crowd.
What in the fuck happened in this match? Can somebody help me?
Well, Piper was supposed to be in favor of Kurt, but he was instead in favor of Buff. He was counting slow whenever Kurt made a cover and fast whenever Buff made a cover.
I just zoned out.
I did right here. I'm so fucking bored.
Yeah.
So not the only one.
I didn't even know what was happening.
And Buff at one point did a standing frog splash and landed on Kurt's knees. And finally, Piper just punches Hennig in the face and fast counts him for the win.
Why couldn't he have done that at the beginning?
Why didn't you do that 5 minutes ago is what I wrote down. We're all on the same page here now. The weirdest fucking thing on the show. This is one I want you guys to explain to me if you know what happened. Lex finds David Flair's office. He opens the door. I guess he hears noises. We don't hear anything for a while.
Yeah, we did.
Eventually we did.
Okay.
At first it was silent. And then we heard noises, but I didn't even know what they were.
It's David singing.
He was singing a song.
He's doing his thing where he does the Mankind deal. He rocks back and forth and sings. We've seen it for a couple of weeks.
Lex made a bunch of really silly faces, and it faded to black.
Yeah. David Flair's a wild man.
How is he so much better as a wild man than he was?
He's not. He sucks.
He's better than he was being
He's way
Ric
more-
Flair Jr.
He's got some charisma now.
He does.
Yeah.
He's a guy pretending to be crazy.
Which is better than a guy pretending to be Ric Flair.
Okay, let's go back to having him being a big dumb stiff.
Jarrett has a bin of plunder. Benoit has a ladder.
Did you not watch his match on this show?
I wasn't
Where
talking
he was
about
a
his
giant
match.
stiff?
I wasn't talking about his match.
Jeff Jarrett versus Chris Benoit in a bunkhouse brawl.
I love this match.
This was good.
I watched this many times when I was a youngster. Chris Benoit, this guy could wrestle, he could fly, he could sell, and he could fucking brawl.
Amen.
He had a hardcore match here that was better than like 99% of the hardcore matches you ever saw in ECW.
Yep.
It was incredible.
I could have done without seeing him choke Jarrett with a rope, and then Heenan saying we might see a hanging.
Well, it was actually...
What are you going to do?
Benoit's on the ladder.
That was the very beginning I'm talking about.
There's another one where Benoit's on the ladder, and Jarrett tries to lasso him, but he doesn't quite make it, so Benoit has to put the rope around his own neck.
Oh, yeah.
And right when I wrote it down, I thought, that's not funny.
Delete.
So Dustin Rhodes gets involved. He attacks Jarrett. The ref tries to save Jarrett. This lets... what the fuck happened? Jarrett throws Dustin into the ladder. Benoit's on top of the ladder. He takes a mighty splat to the mat. And then Jarrett just pinned him. Lex, David, and a headless teddy bear had a chat.
Lex Luger wants to discuss strategy.
He does.
With David Flair.
Right.
Who's going to start?
Who's going to start?
Yeah.
I got an idea, Lex. You. And then don't tag out.
You are a multi-time world champion. Your partner sucks. A Porsche arrives at the building. Everyone write down whatever time it is, wherever you are. Write down what time it is. Just think about a Porsche has just arrived at the building.
Yes. I like where you're going with this, Vince.
Piper has a bat. He's fighting off Russo's crew in the office until Hennig lays him out with a chair. The best thing on the show. Fucking Tank Abbott and Ming. I remember Tank Abbott coming back because he knifed a guy at a pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, Big Al.
Big Al. Tank Abbott and Ming. Are you kidding?
Well, I was really excited until it went 1 minute and they both got blown up.
It was the best 1 minute double count out ever.
They did clubber each other.
It was
yeah.
All it was 2 minutes of intense dirty boxing, and it was awesome.
But you know what, Vinny? It was like nobody gave a shit in the crowd.
I did.
The only people that cared are you and me and the guys in the back.
I'm the one I care about.
The fans are just dead. Tank is totally fucking blown up.
It is amazing. The whole point of bringing Tank Abbott in is that he has a name that he established elsewhere. So they do zero hype videos.
None.
They do zero teases. They do zero announcements. Tank Abbott just walks out like a guy.
Yeah.
So they had an intense brawl. It was very, very brief. That is for the best. and they got counted out and brawled to the back, and everyone booed. I'll acknowledge everyone booed when they both got counted out. Okay, remember the Porsche
Yeah.
that pulled up in the building that's parked?
Right.
We go back to it. Canyon has been sitting in the front seat of that Porsche for 20 minutes, just sitting there.
Well, he was in there with 2 ladies.
No, they walked up. They were waiting for him.
Oh,
he was in
okay.
there with his lawyer or his agent or whoever Clarence Mason's
That's
supposed
even
to
weirder.
be. Now, that's why if you're in a limo, they're roomy, they're spacious, there's liquor. When you're hanging out on your Porsche, just sitting there for 20 minutes. So it's Champagne Canyon now. And he has Clarence Mason. He meets up with some women. He walks inside.
And apparently he's a pimp.
Well, he's
No, he's a Hollywood star. He's got money.
yeah.
He's
The
dressed-
women flock
He's
to him.
dressed like the Godfather.
Well, when you're a star, you wear a hat with a feather in it.
Yeah.
I see.
Whether you be a pimp or an actor
I got to get me a
Or a
hat.
dandy.
or a dandy. This is right after
Maybe it's macaroni in his hat.
like Yankee Doodle.
Yeah.
This is right after Ready to Rumble, so he actually had been in Hollywood making a movie.
Yeah. Do you guys realize that he was making Ready to Rumble? Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Okay, no one else
Yeah,
fucking
nobody else
did.
did.
No.
This fucking guy just shows up out of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't think one time during the show did they mention Ready to Rumble.
Nope.
Or he was the...
They did say he had been in Hollywood, but didn't say why.
Yeah, he was Oliver Platt's stuntman.
Yeah.
Remember how fat Oliver Platt was?
Yes.
And this skinny guy's a stuntman?
And he's like 6'5", and
Yeah.
I don't think Oliver Platt is.
What the fuck?
Well,
Bart
that-
Sawyer!
Oh!
That was his lackey.
Bart Sawyer?
Yep, Bart Sawyer.
It would make sense.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
I
I knew I recognized him.
yeah. I remember Bart having the spiky hair, but it was... He'd grown out here in the late 90s. So, security tells Roddy Piper not to use a fire extinguisher. Ming and Tank are still brawling backstage, and they're still just throwing punches. And the announcer says, "This is the damnedest thing I've ever seen." And it's so damnedest they just cut away in the middle of it.
Yep.
Instead of letting us keep watching it.
No, it's not they're not the production crew.
No, I know.
They were very excited, but these other idiots cut away.
Yeah, I'm mad at the guys who cut away. Revolution comes out to cut a promo against America. See, America's divided along racial, religious lines. It's good to know something's never changed.
I have so many questions.
So Dean's cutting this promo, and he says, "We got heat." And Perry says, "Yeah, the guys in the back don't like us." And Dean says, "No, we got Harlem heat." And Harlem heat comes out. I bet they thought that was a really funny line.
Of course
Yeah.
they did.
Harlem Heat and Midnight versus Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, and Asia.
I wrote Revolution wins. That's how into this fucking match I was. Did I
Okay.
miss anything?
Yeah, you missed something huge. The screen goes black
It's Midnight's
for
entrance.
midnight.
Yeah.
They come back on. Dean is on the ground, and Perry's on top of him, raining down punches.
Yes.
Nobody said a thing.
No, and it led to nothing.
Why did this happen?
The only thing I can figure is that Saturn's new gimmick is that he's dumb.
I think the gimmick is that, like,
And so he thought Dean Malenko was like Stevie Ray.
yeah, the lights went
That's
out.
kinda
and
what I thought, too.
Someone tapped him on the shoulder, and then they threw Malenko in there, and he turned around and started pummeling the guy. Lights come back on, and it's Dean.
If that was the thing, why didn't anybody say anything?
Who gives a shit? Because they're not paying attention either.
Shane was doing commentary.
They're drinking.
Shane's been doing commentary on every match. He's awesome. Let's see. Saturn wipes out Asia. Stevie Ray makes a horrendous comeback. Midnight hurts her knee, and Dean pins Stevie with a roll-up. A complete disaster, I noted. Mike Tenay interviews Lex and David.
Luger's a level-headed one here. Says the injunction has been filed. Liz will be with him tonight, not Sting.
Ah,
Write that down.
okay.
So in the middle of this, they cut away, and Piper's just swinging a chair and screaming. I say they cut away. They pan over.
He challenged somebody to a chairs match tonight.
He did.
A fucking chairs match.
Wow, all I heard was random screaming sounds.
Yep. The legendary chairs match of TLC fame actually stems back to Roddy Piper doing it on Nitro in something that some fucking writer as a kid probably thought was so cool, and they're doing this shit still today.
Rhonda Singh wants Clarence Mason to be her agent. He says no. Chavo tries to sell her some stuff.
And he does.
Ming and Tank are just having the best fucking battle of all time in the back. They're up against one of those big steel doors, and they're throwing punches at the doors, just making this big noise. You can see the ripples in the door going up and down, and they're screaming and hollering and punching. It's the best thing ever. It's Godzilla and Kong backstage at Nitro, and it's awesome. It's just great. Paul Orndorff shows up, says hi to Mike Graham, says, "I'm here to meet the powers that be." Mike is sad to hear this, but says they're down there. Whatever is left of the Nitro girls are doing a dance.
Oh, now they're fucking dancing again? Yeah. We got the 3 remaining Nitro girls dancing.
They haven't been on in weeks.
Yeah, they haven't fucking longer than that. I don't think they've been on since like September.
Weeks could be number of weeks.
And they're out there doing this fucking dance. Rhonda Singh shows up.
12 weeks is weeks.
Yeah, this is their attempt to build up those ratings.
80 weeks can be.
Rhonda Singh dances and beats them all up. This is the worst show ever, I wrote.
We cut straight from Rhonda Singh interrupting the Nitro girls to Fit Finley training Brian Knobbs in a river.
I still have no fucking idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on.
What I got out of this was Fit Finley wants Brian Knobbs to do sit-ups so he'll be more prepared to do hardcore wrestling matches.
The last time we saw these guys, Finley beat him and cut his mullet off.
Yes.
And now suddenly he's training him. I still don't know what's going on.
He made him do sit-ups.
This doesn't make any sense.
He was doing sit-ups in the river.
Yeah.
I hate this shit.
Not like with the flow of the stream so you get an assist going up.
No.
Just like sideways across the flow. Norman Smiley has a full football uniform on. He goes into the block to fight Jerry Flynn. Why is it when they go to the block there's now wacky video effects every week? My best guess is they are trying to make it actually look like Mortal Kombat. Except Mortal Kombat looked better than this even in 1999.
I can't wait till the blood graphics come in.
So Ming and Tank are still brawling. They brawl into the block on accident. Oops. Everyone looks at each other, and they just trade dance partners like a big square dance. So Ming's brawling with Jerry Flynn, Tank. Tank is brawling with Jerry Flynn, and Ming just starts chasing Norman through the building. Orndorff meets with Russo.
All right, this was great. So Russo says, I hear you were training midnight. And Paul Orndorff is very proud.
Why?
Yes, I did.
Why?
She's a great athlete. So Russo says, well, you're fired. And Paul Orndorff says, you're firing me because I did a good job training her? He says, I've been in this business 23 years. I've sold out more buildings than everybody else in this room. Kiss my ass, he says. Fucking Paul Orndorff was awesome.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wait till
then
later.
They beat his ass.
He
was so good here.
Yeah. Goldberg's watching TV backstage. Probably a very important episode of Ally McBeal he was watching.
Poor fucker, I wrote, because they said he was watching Nitro. They flat out said he was watching the show. That's why he was never smiling.
Sid is cutting a promo with a special needs young man named Seth, who is Sid's a big brother now.
Yeah.
To Seth. And he's got a match with Steve Williams tonight and Kevin Nash at the pay-per-view, and he cuts a promo on both of them.
Yeah, he's got a power bomb challenge with Dr. Death tonight.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Then Oklahoma comes out and says it is now a suplex versus power bomb match.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Can we ever just have a fucking
wrestling match?
Just one-on-one.
But then when we do, I'm bored. That's what they've done. They've conditioned you that every match... Here's the thing. You know that none of these matches matter.
No.
So you already don't care. Mm-hmm. Okay? The other problem is you presume every match is going to end in like 15 seconds with bullshit. Mm-hmm. And so you give up immediately. And the next thing you know, it's been going on for like 12 minutes. And you're like, why isn't this over yet?
It is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
This bullshit fucking nightmare here. Oklahoma's there. Vampiro's there. UDDES were all over. I don't even know what I was trying to write there. All I know is Sid is in a powerbomb match at the pay-per-view with Kevin Nash, and he needs help to beat Dr. Death in a powerbomb match. Christ, I fucking hate this show. What'd I miss?
I will just add that Dr. Death and Sid is a good combo because Sid's offense is horrific. His selling is also bad, but it's better. And Doc is one of the few guys whose offense he's big enough and his offense is good enough that it's believable. Dr. Death beating up Sid is some of the best wrestling you will see in a Sid match. And he's also a big, just strong giant. He never got a suplex, but he's slamming Sid and throwing him around just with ease. Anyway.
I love that a slam isn't a suplex. I mean, it's not, but I mean, this is dumb.
I know.
Fuck.
Either way, you end up on your back, so.
Sid is Chetri concussion backstage as Seth looks on.
Potential neck injury.
Yeah. Outsiders cut a promo. It was short. Got at the point. Left. Lex Luger and David Flair versus Sting and Diamond Dallas Page. Tony Schiavone said, quote, "This match, the fact that the Total Package and David Flair are going to be a team is a train wreck waiting to happen."
All I know is DDP and Sting come out together, and I'm like, so DDP is a babyface. But then
I don't know.
DDP and Sting attack each other. Luger is standing in the corner holding David's stuffed animal, which no longer has a head.
Yes.
That was very nice of him. Luger hits Sting with a crowbar. Liz hits the ring to get the crowbar. Luger goes after her. David hits Luger with the crowbar. Sting makes the save. Did someone pin somebody here?
Liz put Sting on top of Lex.
Yes.
They were kind of 3. Most of this match was Sting fighting Paige, who is in fact his tag team partner.
How in the fuck could anybody care about any of this?
I have no idea. It was the opposite of caring. It drove me away. This is one of the points where I had to turn this off and go take a break. Go do some chores. Do some manual labor. Get my mind off this. Bullshit, I wrote. What pointless bullshit. Ming hunts for Norman. Champagne Canyon's cutting a promo when Ronda Singh interrupts. Clarence tells security to get rid of her. Bam Bam Bigelow is happy to see his old friend Canyon, but Canyon jumps him and lays him out. Bret puts his boots on. Now, in fairness, they did go to commercial at this point, but I'm watching this show, and Canyon's putting the boots to Bam Bam. Bret puts his boots on, and then 20 seconds later, Bam Bam Bigelow's coming down the ramp for a promo.
Yeah.
Calls out Canyon.
Canyon is now Champagne Chris Canyon. He's got the clothes, the women, the Porsche, and fucking morgue music.
Yes, he still has the
You
Mortis
couldn't get him
music.
a new fucking theme? God damn it. He's coming out here to this fucking music.
The scary pipe
There's
organ.
like a xylophone or something.
There's not a
Whatever
xylophone.
the fuck they're using in this thing.
pipe
And
organ's not at all like a
pipe
xylophone.
organ. Yeah, and he comes out here like he's from fucking Hollywood.
Now, I don't want to alarm you. Nobody gave a shit about this match.
No,
not
nobody
even
gave
a little.
2 shits about it.
Canyon wins the flatliner out of nowhere.
You can't even build up the Jersey crew breaking up and having a feud. Really?
The Flatliner is now called a rap.
That's a wrap.
That's a rap.
I see.
Yeah, but they couldn't get him new music.
Yeah.
Ming finds Norman's clothes. Norman's hiding behind a pillar.
He's doing the Hansel and Gretel thing. He's leaving a trail to put Ming off the scent.
Valid.
Yeah,
Norman's one of the smarter guys in the show.
apparently.
The Italians are carrying a body bag backstage. They say, with a camera on them, we're going to kill our opponents and leave their bodies at the river.
Yes.
This seems like an easy case to crack for the local law enforcement. Piper cuts a promo on his torn bicep and his chair. Lash Theoo versus Big Vito in a body bag match.
Lash Theoo, the local town hero.
He was
I
over.
literally zoned out. I'm trying so hard to pay attention to this match, and I just can't.
It's not good. So this storyline involves 2 big scary mobsters who have repeatedly made specific literal threats to kill Disco Inferno.
Yes.
Disco's out there with his big red sparkly cowboy hat.
Oh,
Doesn't care.
I remember now. They have a match where you got to put a guy in a body bag.
Right.
All right. So Lash takes out Big Vito.
Hits his move.
He unzips the body bag. He rolls Big Vito into the body bag. To me, he's won. But Nick fucking motherfucking Patrick demands he zip this fucking body bag up. Lash is trying so hard to zip this body bag up.
I timed it.
He's zipping and he's zipping and it's fucking stuck. And Patrick's standing there and he's zipping. Time stands still. I'm like, my life is just passing away in front of me right now.
Yeah.
And finally, he doesn't even get it all the way zipped up and this motherfucker rings the bell.
No.
Fuck you, Patrick.
Vito's
Fuck
head
this
is
show.
Vito's head is still sticking out.
God damn it.
From the moment Lash grabbed the body bag to the point where Nick Patrick rang the bell to end the match, 55 seconds.
Ah!
Almost a full minute of just Lash fucking with a zipper. So then, of course, Vito's fine.
This is not funny, everybody. It's not entertaining.
No.
All you shitheads on Twitter that have to go, oh, I'd much rather watch Nitro than Raw because Nitro was at least funny. It wasn't funny.
No.
There's nothing funny about this show.
So Vito took such a severe beating that he escapes the body bag. They beat up Lash. They throw him in a bag. Of course, they zip it up in seconds, which you put the heat on Nick Patrick. I put the heat on Lash. Lash could not get this fucking body bag to work. The Italians made it look really easy. They carry him away, and the announcers are very casual, saying, well, They're going to take Lash away, they're going to throw him into a river, and they're going to kill him. In the parking lot, the Italians forget where they parked the car. They set the body bag down. They go away.
Idiots.
Paul Orndorff versus Creative Control. Paul Orndorff, long retired, with one arm, one of the best guys in the entire program. Just
He looked great.
awesome out there.
One of the rare good things on this show.
He hit the pile driver. Arn and Larry are out there to interfere and distract, and Orndorff wins the pile driver. So apparently, Orndorff was there, but Arn and Larry have been fired and are just flying themselves around the country.
Yeah, they just go wherever and run in.
And then Slick Johnson runs out and reverses the decision.
Yeah, Larry and Anderson come out and they hit the ring. This is not a DQ. Why is it not a DQ? I have no idea. Orndorff hits a pile driver. Slick Johnson reverses it. Why was it originally not a DQ? Do we have like babyface and heel refs now? And like the babyface refs are trying to save the company from Creative Control and Russo? Why doesn't he fire them?
Actually, the heel ref for Creative Control debuted tonight on the show.
Who, Slick Johnson?
Bald-headed guy?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been around for years.
Yeah, he's going to be the Creative
Great.
Control's guy.
I can't wait.
The outsiders talk. I hear 0 words. Piper swings a chair. The Italians find Norman Smiley in their body bag. Kurt Hennig versus Roddy Piper in a chair match. It goes 1 minute. Kurt just leaves.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He got hit with a chair shot and got knocked out outside.
And they left.
No, he was knocked out. He was dead.
He got up and walked away.
Well, later, but I mean, Piper was the winner.
Yes.
Okay, because he knocked out Hennig with a chair.
And the ref was counting 1, 2, 3, and Kurt does this thing and he walks to the back.
Does this thing?
This thing.
That's good radio.
We have video now.
We have a
that's
video
right.
camera. We have 2, 3,
He did this
4.
Your impression of me is funny. Bret Hart has been laid out backstage.
Hey, let's be honest here. The fans loved Hennig versus Piper.
Sure.
The one thing they cared about on this show.
They were very into Roddy Piper. Really everything Piper did.
Oh, now we get the best thing on the show. Today's backstage and he goes, "My God, Bret Hart's down. We need paramedics." The camera rushes around the corner. Bret's not ready. He's on his feet.
That's right.
As soon as the camera rushes around the corner, he leaps and lays on the couch.
You didn't see this?
I need to go back.
It was so
I need to go back
fucking
and check
good.
this.
I laughed my ass off.
I saw him on the couch, and I thought that's the best they could do is put him on the couch.
No, he wasn't on the couch. He was standing there getting ready, and all of a sudden the camera whips around the corner too fast, and he fucking takes a bump onto the couch and starts selling.
It's not the best they could do. It's the best he could do in the situation.
I need to load that up right now.
It was so good.
You guys talk about the match. We're loading that up.
All right, we have Goldberg versus Hall and Nash. So there's no Bret Hart. Goldberg wrestles him for a while, and then Bret comes down to the ring. Hits the ring, runs wild on the heels, goes for the sharpshooter on Nash. Hall breaks it up. Hall goes after Nash. Goldberg sets up for the spear on Scott Hall. Apparently, Kevin Nash was supposed to hit Bret Hart with the belt, but he missed. Bret did not sell it. So somehow, Bret just falls down holding his knee. Mm-hmm. Goldberg goes for the jackhammer, but as he's going for the jackhammer, the ref counts 3. Nash pins Bret. I have no idea why all 4 fucking men were legal.
Okay, here's Tanae. Camera's turned in the corner. There's Goldberg's a standing.
Okay, everyone on Twitter, that was funny. One thing on this show was funny.
What's the timestamp on that?
2 hours, 3 minutes, and 34 seconds. The camera zooms around the corner. There's Mike Tenay. Goldberg's also standing there.
Yes.
He's in the room. I want slow-mo on this. The camera turns left. Bret's sitting Bret sits down, and he grabs his heart.
Yeah. It's amazing.
How did I miss this?
I have no idea. That was the one funny thing on the show.
Oh, God.
But he's going to have a heart attack.
You didn't laugh this hard when we went to the comedy
I
show.
know. We need the paramedics now.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, somehow in here, Hall and Nash become the new tag team champions.
Yes.
What?
Who cares?
Fans pelled the ring with garbage.
They did.
And that is the build for Goldberg versus Bret Hart for the title
my
on
God.
Sunday. Sadly, the beginning of the end of Bret's wrestling career.
Oh,
After
so-
that, his highlight in WCW.
So happy you pointed that out to me. These fucking idiots.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's Nitro, everybody.
You know what? I bet, spoiler alert, everyone, Bret turns out to be in on it. He's in cahoots.
Probably is in
The
cahoots.
outsiders.
I think he is.
Yeah, that's the story. So I bet they wanted this, so we noticed and think, hey, Bret's faking.
Oh, I see, yeah. I don't think so. I think they're incompetent.
Or that it's incompetent fools who are terrible at their jobs.
Yes, incompetence is the more likely answer.
Never assume malice when simple incompetence will explain things.
So anyway, that is the show, everyone.
Oh, sweet mother of God, what a terrible program.
Oh, your music.
Oh, who cares? Do we have to?
Yep.
This may take me 4 hours to get through this. The finishes on this show were pin with a handful of tights after interference by 2 women, pin in the ropes, like right in the ropes, after a guy was in the ring, pin when a crooked ref punches a guy and fast counts him, pin in a bunkhouse match after tons of interference, clean pin in an intergender trios match, win via powerbomb after interference by vampires and cowboys, pin between 2 teams where each guy hated his partner in chairs and crowballs.
And UDDES.
And UDDS are involved. Clean pin, Lord knows what the fuck that was. Win in a body bag match where the body bag was not zipped up all the way. Pinfall after a copious interference in a handicap match, and then DQ after copious interference in a handicap match. Count out in a chair match.
We've gone through this fucking show twice for this song.
Bullshit pin in a tag match.
Wow.
When do we go to 2 hours?
It's like 2 weeks.
This may save my life.
I'm telling you. Like,
I don't know if I can survive.
no, it's like 2 weeks from now. And one of them, I think, is a replay or a best of or something like that. A best of.
Yep.
Can you fucking imagine the best of?
It's just Tank and Ming.
Jesus Christ. Yep, bad shows, everybody. They're wretched.
Don't watch them.
No, absolutely.
Cancel your network. It's not worth it.
Hey, listen.
If you have the network, you may find yourself hitting the wrong button and accidentally watch these shows.
All you idiots
to avoid
on
that
Twitter,
risk,
I'll tell all you idiots
cancel
on
the
Twitter
network and
this.
throw out your laptop.
That Bret Hart thing was funny.
Yes.
If it were 3 hours of that, I'd love this show. It's not.
Just pratfalls.
We get one funny thing in 3 fucking hours.
The viewer's the one doing the pratfall.
It's not enough.
True.
All right, we're out of here, everybody. Vinny and I will be back on Thursday. Very, very busy weekend. We got a lot of stuff.
Big doings this weekend.
Yep. Make sure you head to Defy NW on Twitter. Get your tickets for the Friday Defy show. I think there's standing room only tickets left.
Yes.
And if there's any tickets left for the Saturday Defy holiday party in Bellevue,
There are VIP tickets still available.
VIP tickets still
Just
available
a handful, though.
at Defy NW. And myself and Lance Storm and Filthy Tom will all be there doing a Q&A. That should be fun. And that's the plan, everybody. So that's it. We're out of here. We'll talk to you again after a while.
Good night.
Adios.